But the celebrations rather subdued in the circumstances. Fought their way back. Speed darting to the near post. Shearer! Unbelievable! He just loves scoring at Ewood Park. He scored an equaliser twice in the corresponding game last year. 112 goals in 138 league appearances for Blackburn. And here towards Shearer! He's offside, it won't count. That would have been 100 league goals for Newcastle. Against Griffin. Tremendous duel between those two now. Corner for Blackburn. Win would send Blackburn above Newcastle United in the Barclaycard English Premier League. Newcastle not really clearing. It's Taylor! Blackburn are back in front. Taylor notches his first Premiership goal. Really scrappy defending from Newcastle. Scored by the man they call Tiny. Blackburn stretched. Shearer in for Bellamy here. He's got around Friedel. Berg off the line. Bellamy will be absent for the Champions League match with Juventus this coming week. Blackburn with plenty forward here. Gillespie! Griffin! Gillespie against his old club goes to take credit, but that's got to go down as an own goal. Came off Gibbon, then Griffin. And Blackburn now 4-2 in front. What a moment this is for Matt Jansen, coming on as well as Tugay here. 4 days in a coma in the summer. A brain hemorrhage for Matt Jansen, but he's back for Blackburn Rovers today. Been really important for Rovers. Done with a lovely through ball. Jansen! Good stop by Gibbon. And a comeback that would have been. Jansen scored for Blackburn in the reserves against Everton on Tuesday. And they've got opportunities here. Another corner one. And Dunn playing wide now. Taylor! He doesn't score many. In fact, his first goals today since January of last year. No one near him for Newcastle. 5-2 now for Blackburn Rovers. Sense it would certainly become predictable, but no one had guessed his replacement. Howard Wilkinson left his job as technical director at the FA to take up the challenge, assisted by Steve Cottrell, who guided Cheltenham from non-league to Division 2. The question was, could they breathe new life into the Black Cats? A setback for the new men, but a stunning shot from Trevor Sinclair. A fitting way to celebrate the birth of a baby boy on Tuesday. Paolo Di Canio's magnificent pass caught out Michael Gray. And as we've said before, there's no better volleyer in the game than Sinclair. For Sunderland, not just a new management team, but also the return of star striker Kevin Phillips. Every Every game's a big game in their first Premiership season, but some are bigger than others. It's 17 years since Birmingham last came to the Hawthorns in the top flight, and the battle to be top dog in England's second city is a fierce one. Last season, the Baggies completed a win double over the Blues in the Nationwide League Division 1 and finished 13 points above their rivals. This season, it's about the prestige of the Premiership and local pride. There's nothing sweeter than a win on Derby Day.
It's great for Midlands football. We've taken the monopoly away from the Northerners there. 2-1. Jason Roberts.
It's lovely to win now and see people at work on Monday.
Two passionate, competitive managers, two focused, committed teams. Birmingham's 3 wins had come against Leeds, West Ham and, most importantly, Aston Villa. Lazaridis was looking for a 4th. Russell Holt saved from Stern John at point-blank range. West Brom's 3 successive 1-0 wins are becoming a distant memory. They've lost 3 since and been knocked out of the League Cup by 2nd Division Wigan. Igor Vallis just missed out on a 2nd goal in 2 games. But Steve Bruce was none too happy with the defending. Albion are proving a potent force on the counter-attack in particular. In the second half, Scott Dobie came on to replace Lee Hughes, and the pairing of Roberts and Dobie had pace and purpose. Good positioning by goalkeeper Vassen, Dobie kept at bay. This was Birmingham's 3rd away match in a row, but the victory at West Ham had lifted morale over the international break. Holt was seemingly impenetrable, but for how long? Albion's keeper was keeping the likes of Morrison and co silent, but the 3 biggest talking points would all occur in the last 10 minutes of the match. Incident number 1, a tussle between Jason Roberts and Birmingham's Olivier Tebeli. Tebeli had already been booked, so he was dismissed. Incident number 2, 4 minutes to go, and one of those moments defenders dread. Keep your eyes on West Brom centre-back Darren Moore. A calamitous own goal. Horsfield was happy. Holt was bewildered. For someone who's been a pillar of strength at the back for Albion, a cruel twist of fate. Holt was at fault for spilling the cross. Darren Moore should also look away now. Finally, just a minute later, incident number 3. Birmingham's defenders must have thought the game was won. But Jason Roberts had other ideas. In the heat of battle, Roberts was the coolest man in the ground. Home fans went wild. Roberts' 3rd goal of the season suggested he's adapting well to life at this level. Released by Clement, he had the acceleration, the poise, and the panache. To this man, never say never.
The man in
Of both cups there, conceding 13 goals in 3 matches. For this one, Tottenham were boosted by the return of 3 players. Stephen Carr was back along with Etherington and Perry as Glenn Hoddle's men tried to build on 16 points from 9 league matches, their best ever start to a Premiership season. Bolton had picked up just 1 point from the last 12. Typically, Michael Ricketts was proving their main danger man. Time for some set-piece sorcery from Jamie Redknapp. It conjured up Tottenham's last-minute winner at Blackburn with a miss-hit. This, though, was pre-planned and so nearly spellbinding. Sam Allardyce was celebrating 3 years in charge of Bolton. He's guided them into the nation's elite. Indeed, he's even been top of the table. But maybe his greatest achievement was simply survival last season. Not quite the party Big Sam had in mind. Robbie Keane with a trademark somersault to mark his 2nd goal in as many matches. Sheringham, Bunjevcevic and Davies all involved in a swift Spurs build-up. Bolton's defeat at Middlesbrough last time out came off the back of a humiliating League Cup exit to local rivals Bury. This from a side that had won at Old Trafford. sometimes brilliant, sometimes woeful. On this occasion, Yuri Djorkaeff capped a fine move with his third goal of the season. Kevin Nolan with the killer through ball. It had taken just 5 minutes to carve out the equaliser. In their next 4 league matches, Spurs will play 3 of the top 6, Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal. Their defending might not be so generous. Robbie Keane with his first goals on home soil. Tottenham were on a roll. The returning Gus Poyet had put it on a plate for the young Irishman after Davies angled pass. In fact, it's been quite a week for Simon Davies. He scored a stunner in Wales' famous 2-1 win over Italy in European Championship qualifying. All he needed now was a goal of his own. Great goal, great player. 2 assists and a superbly taken third for Tottenham. No wonder Welsh football's on such a high right now. He started the move, he finished it in style. Glenn Hoddle must be wishing he could play Bolton every week.
Charlton support could recognise that steps were being taken to rectify the situation. Gary Rowett came into the side for the first time since August, heralding a change in tactics by manager Alan Kirbishley. 3 at the back and in central midfield to rectify the situation. Gary Rowett came into the side for the first time since August, heralding a change in tactics by manager Alan Kirbishley. 3 at the back and in central midfield, a return for England under-21 player Scott Parker, who came through a reserve appearance in midweek after a long-term injury. While Charlton was slumping to the foot of the table, Middlesbrough have been on the up. Massimo Macaroni's form since signing from Empoli, helping him earn a call-up to the full Italian squad. Zilad Nemeth was recalled to the starting 11 after his goal for Slovakia against England last week. Colin Cooper dropped to the bench but was still hoping to make a 300th league appearance. Steve McLaren's been adding to his reputation as England's best young coach so far this season. Alan Kirbishley's slightly more experienced, and that's surely been a big help as Charlton have struggled to produce results thus far. Commentary from Ian Dark.
Untidy start, Mark Fish for Charlton. Free kick. Well, how Charlton would love a confidence boost from something like this. Jensen's going to take it. Klaus Jensen into the danger area and into the net as well. And Jason Yule got on the end of it. That is exactly what Charlton wanted. It was Yule, I think, who got his head to it. There were 3 or 4 in there. Let's check again, but it didn't come off a barrhead. No, it was Yule. Goes Southgate.
It's the return of the